months. I think that's a blessing to have a force like that. And again, I say, Chief Marshal Major, Marshal Rajaram, Dr. Sunil, all the senior veterans here, my colleagues from the blue uniform, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Did you all notice that when I said members of the media, thoda mera gala khush ho raha tha? I have a special connection of Bangalore, media and AP Singh. I hope I'm lucky this time. First of all, my heartfelt gratitude to the Air Force Association Karnataka chapter and to HAL for continuing this legacy lecture where we honor this legend, Air Chief Marshal Katre. Enough, I think whatever I had written down about him has already been spoken. All I can say is, it is the visionary like him and like many others who are seated in front of me, especially in the front benches. It's because of you all that we in the Air Force, the current people, are getting our direction, getting our motivation, and remaining steadfast towards the service of the nation and doing our job that is expected of us. A very big thank you to all of you for guiding us. My connection with late Air Chief Marshal Katre goes back to 1984. I actually remember the date when I met him. I met him only once in my lifetime, in his lifetime also, of course. That was on 21st of December, 1984. I don't know, you people must be wondering how I remember that date, but some secret was let out in my introduction. I got commissioned on that day, and the reviewing officer was Air Chief Marshal Katre. And our 134 PC and the parallel course 75 GDOC happened to be the only courses that have been reviewed by Air Chief Marshal Katre. So, very proud moment today for me to stand here on occasion, when we are honoring that figure who actually gave me my wings, literally and figuratively both. Actually, you can say that was my birthday, I was born in the Air Force. I must especially thank Mr. Samir Katre for being here today. He's son of Air Chief Marshal Katre. He's come all the way, especially to be here, and he does it every year. Thank you very much, sir. We talked about Operation Sindoor. I thought today that also, I saw that Sindoor topic had come when they were settling down the slides. So you know what I'm going to talk about. When just now there was somebody said that a lot of good work done and my name was being taken. I get a feeling as if I am that non-playing captain whose team does very well, but the accolades go to that captain. So I wish I was in the cockpit doing something actual, but I fought this war from an air-conditioned ops room or air-conditioned office. But yes, that is how life is. And I'll say I can't praise my team. I can't get words to praise them. They have done exceptionally well. And, I'm very, very proud of my team, the entire Indian Air Force. And one thing that really stood out in this was the way we fought. At the helm of the affair, my biggest worry, because we keep having those exercises, we keep trying our, exercising ourselves in op-like situation, but they are not operations, they are operations-like situations. And in those, having seen how things are done, my biggest worry was that will everybody come together? Or will they be, I will do this, no, sir, I will do this. One command is going one way, the other command is going other way. Air headquarters is trying to do something else, but the command headquarters wants to do something else. Somebody saying, no, as per so-and-so book, this is my job and not his job. Who is he to tell me? None of this. Not even once did I have to sit down and try to solve things. Not even once. I think that's a blessing to have a force like that. And again, I say, I can only thank my predecessors who have trained us like that, to be like that. Whatever may be, when the time comes, we are all together. So I will today take some time in covering that Operation Sindoor, and this will be, from my perspective, what we did, and in the end, I will also cover some takeaways from it, whatever, what was responsible for success. Like I just now covered one part, but I will try and cover some points on that. And in case I find that I'm running ahead of time, then I'll cover something else. I'm not really prepared for that part. Now, of course, another point I just now wrote down. Marshal Rajaram said that, this hall is full because you are here. They all want to hear you. But, sir, I can see 50% are blues, and out of that, I think 80% are detailed to be here today. Having gone through their times, I understand everything. But all those who have been detailed, please listen. Okay, don't sleep. So we all know what happened, that unfortunate incident of Pahalgam, where so many people were killed. The nation had to respond. And all that is in open media, how we were trying to achieve some things diplomatically. At the same time, we had to give them a befitting reply. We had also said, it was made very clear that this time it should be an emphatic thing that we do. We must send the message across loud and clear to them. It should not be something just limited to launch pads and training areas. It should be, if their leadership, the terrorist leadership should be challenged. So we were all called in, and we discussed a few options. Then all the other agencies also joined in. And then we decided on those 9 targets. I don't know how clear it is here. From my angle, it's not looking very clear, the text part of it. Like you see, I can make it easier for you by the red dots that you see on the map were the 7 targets that were very close to the border and LC, and they were to be taken on by Army with their integral weapons. And those 2 blue dots, we've drawn them a little bigger. They were the 2 main headquarter buildings, that is Bahawalpur and Muridke, headquarter complexes, not buildings, that were to be taken on by Indian Air Force. So this was decided. Also, when I say taken on by Indian Air Force, that doesn't mean that only Indian Air Force was to work towards that. All of us were working together, including naval assets were involved in, their weapons were used in these areas. Their INT agencies were involved. And in the planning, we were all, the 3 services together, along with other agencies. So this plan was discussed. Even the escalation metrics were made and discussed as to where can it lead to, what can happen, and if this happens, what is going to be our response. So it was a nicely planned out effort, and the date was decided. It was the 6th and 7th night, date and time, and it was decided based on weather, based on what pattern we were seeing across the border of their movements and their actions. And we decided that time, and we decided that it will be in one go, we will address all 9 targets. And like I said, Air Force was targeting these to the border. So it was not that we could do something with small drones or weapons of small caliber. They were all nicely hardened structures. So we decided to go with long-range weapons to keep ourselves safe from their air defenses, but at the same time, accurate weapons to get the targets while not causing any other damage to the areas around. And special emphasis throughout has been that there should be minimum civilian casualties who are not involved with this. So, as far as Bahawalpur is concerned, this is how that complex looks on map. And if you look at it, there was some, when DMPI is basically our point of impact that we decide where we're going to hit. So there were some buildings where we had intelligence of their senior leadership staying, some buildings where their other people stay, and of course the main Marcus building where the congregations used to take place and all the training used to take place. So these points were decided, and I show you some of the pictures of what we achieved. Now, before and after the attack, of course, these are satellite pictures, and after the attack pictures are immediate pictures that we got. Whereas before the attack pictures are which have been built over a period of time. So you will find there is a clarity issue, and there is a different satellite which is giving you. So here, sorry. So here you can see the damage, which is of course not coming out very clear in this, but other pictures, here these two buildings, you can see the damage much clearly. Again, another big set of buildings, and you see the damage that is coming out. What I can show you here is there's hardly any collateral that you see. Of course, from that distance, it is not very easy to make out, but still all the adjacent buildings are fairly intact. The buildings that were targeted were based on intelligence. And this is the main building of theirs, where the weapons have gone in, and it's badly damaged. Now, one thing which was good this time was that not only did we have these satellite pictures, we also had a lot of input from the locals, media, which was giving us the inside pictures, because these were areas which were open to public kind of areas also. So there were a lot of people who were going in and out. So we can't be storing things for, we can't predict how long the war is going to last. If we store items, they have life. We can't be just, storing and then throwing them away. So we have to have a very healthy mix of keeping certain items, available for immediate response, and manufacturing capability, building up, ramping up within that period to a stage where they can support our effort. So that is something which has to happen, for which everybody, all of us have to come together. I think I have spoken enough about it. So I will not delve more into this topic. I thought, since I have some 10 minutes more, so, and I have a mix of, crowd here, a lot of people in uniform, a lot of people who are veterans, and of course there are some people from HAL and other people. So I'll cover certain points, which we, one point which is meant for actually veterans. It's come to my, I've realized that whenever somebody writes something about another service, that other service gets senti about it. And same thing is my own seniors message me. Dekh kya bol raha hai ye? Look, what has he written? I told you they will say like this. That kind of thing starts. So I personally feel, we've always been talking about domain specialization. Air Force has been the, it's been always been our call. Even when we talked about theatre command general, we said domain specialization should remain. So I feel as veterans also, let's write about our own domain more than others' domain, so that others don't feel hurt. And especially if somebody else has written, and then the comments start back and forth, it becomes very awkward. People think as ye to aapas mein ladte rehte hain type. It's actually not learn. It is discussion, but at times it crosses that healthy limit, and that goes into an awkward situation. So this is the request I wanted to make to everybody who is writing, who is expressing opinion. You express opinion about people in blue or what is happening, what should be done. I think it will be always taken with good spirit. We are always looking for that opinion from you all. And it has been guiding us on many occasions. Sometimes maybe that opinion of yours has been taken, but we have not reacted to it. I'm sure there are cases like that, but then you have to take, give me that, this thing that now that I am in that chair, I know what is happening around me. I have to take some decisions there. I have to live with people around. So it's like, sometimes I've also heard, actually again I'm getting carried away, there is media here. No, I'll tell you, people have said about some other officer, no, look what he said here. Can't you tell him this? You should. I say, yes, sir, I will. And after 2 days, I meet the same person. He says, did you tell him in clear words or no? So once I had to give him an example. I said, sir, how many times have you been able to tell something in clear words to your wife? So in our case also, it is like marriage. We have to manage that relationship. So I have to send some subtle hints. I have to give some diplomatic kind of, statement here and there in front of that person to tell him that, look, you are stepping a little beyond. You should not be saying this. But when it comes to my own people, my own mentors, I think I can be very open about it. So that is what I'm doing today. I'm requesting that all of us in blue, let us write more about our own system than the others. And let's get our own house in order. I think that's the best way to move forward. And also, I have said it in one of the previous Veterans Conference or something, that Veterans Day, this thing, that you are the ones who have chosen me. So please have confidence. That's all I can say. And I can promise you, from my team, people who are in uniform as of now, we will not let you down. We will try our best to our bit. Okay. So please have confidence that we will do our job. I have few points that I'm covering now are actually meant for people in uniform, but I actually thought there will be more veterans here, so I'll just inform you all what we've been focusing on. But since there are people in blue, and many of them, some of them may have heard me saying this earlier, but many of them may not have. Very important to keep the synergy and harmony within any force. We need to be together in one group, as one team. We can't be divided into various branches, sections, trades. We can't be doing that. We all have to go as one team, whether it's an AC somewhere, doing some technical job, or a chief of air staff doing some other job. Everybody has a role to play. And we all are a part of a big chain, you can say. So a chain, we are all links of that chain. And when we are under stress, the chain is loaded, it will break from the weakest link. So we need to make sure that all links are strong. Firstly, I should not be that weak link. I won't let the chain break. And secondly, I will not let anybody else become weak whom I can support. And that is how we should live and operate. Keep watching each other's back. Keep supporting each other. No loose talk about somebody else. There can be bad apples in any kind of basket. There can be black sheep in any family. There can be the wrong person in any group. It is not that चिड़िया वाला है तो ये ऐसा ही होगा, या नहीं वाला है तो ऐसे ही होगा, AEL वाला है तो ऐसे होगा, M वाला ऐसे होगा. There's nothing like that. We all come from the same society. Yes, a little bit of grooming changes us, the way we operate, but that is also required sometimes. But if you have a person who is not performing, if you have a person with whom you've had a not so good experience, you challenge that person. You counsel that person. Identify him, talk to him or her. But don't make a loose statement about a group. That really, brings down the morale. If I am, let's say I am a youngster in a squadron, and I'm putting in my 100% to do my job, and somebody makes a loose statement कि उस कौन के ऑफिसर्स ऐसे हैं या फिर ये ब्रांच वाले ऐसे हैं, I will not like it. So whenever you get a feeling that somebody else, एक तो ये भी है, हम लोग बने ही ऐसे होते हैं, घर में भी हमें ऐसे लगता है कि सारा काम मैं ही करता हूँ, कोई दूसरा नहीं करता है. वैसे ही हम we think at work also कि the whole Air Force is only standing on my shoulders. I am the only one working, everybody else is having a ball when we look around. But ऐसा नहीं है. They will be. Somebody is working at 80% efficiency, somebody is 85%, somebody is gifted, somebody is not gifted. But is there a commitment there or not? If there's lack of commitment, lack of motivation, that is what we should build. Talent will build over a period of time. But support each other. If there is a need, get into each other's shoes to know how much they pinch. We started with our cohesion day for that reason. That know about each other's job, know about each other's domains, know about each other's working environment, what pressures are they working in. Once we do that, we will be better force. And like I said, what is being achieved is important, but how it is being achieved is more important. If you achieve something by, लगाएं डंडा here and then and just passing your 1 year or 2 years of tenure, yes, you have achieved, but you've broken down that system. But if you achieve something, maybe 80% of what you could have achieved by the other method, but getting from within, people motivated to work, people doing their job on their own, willingly contributed, then that system will last forever. And maybe from 80%, it will go up to 90, 100% someday. That is more important, I feel. And that is what I've been telling these youngsters. So, I think my time is over. All I want to say is, let us all be good human beings first, a good citizen, a good member of the society. That is first requirement. Let's all contribute towards this society where we come from. Let's all pay back something. Then let's be good warriors, good soldiers. And then let's be good professionals. There is no point having good professionals who are not good soldiers or not good human beings or citizens. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Once again, thank you, sir, for inviting me here. Jai Hind. ये बंद करो, बंद. Chief Marshal Major, Marshal Rajaram, Dr. Sunil, all the senior veterans here, my colleagues from the blue uniform, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Did you all notice that when I said members of the media, thoda mera gala khush ho raha tha? I have a special connection of Bangalore, media and AP Singh. I hope I'm lucky this time. First of all, my heartfelt gratitude to the Air Force Association Karnataka chapter and to HAL for continuing this legacy lecture where we honor this legend, Air Chief Marshal Katre. Enough, I think whatever I had written down about him has already been spoken. All I can say is, it is the visionary like him and like many others who are seated in front of me, especially in the front benches. It's because of you all that we in the Air Force, the current people, are getting our direction, getting our motivation, and remaining steadfast towards the service of the nation and doing our job that is expected of us. A very big thank you to all of you for guiding us. My connection with late Air Chief Marshal Katre goes back to 1984. I actually remember the date when I met him. I met him only once in my lifetime, in his lifetime also, of course. That was on 21st of December 1984. I don't know, you people must be wondering how I remember that date, but some secret was let out in my introduction. I got commissioned on that day, and the reviewing officer was Air Chief Marshal Katre. And our 134 PC and the parallel course 75 GDOC happened to be the only courses that have been reviewed by Chief Marshal Katre.